Good morning. My name is Josh Alexander. The disposition of educators document, I believe, is extremely important to show um, what it takes to be a teacher and how important that is. Um, while I hope that I have all of the dispositions down to become a teacher, I do feel like I'm very dedicated to being a teacher or aspiring to be a teacher. I'm dedicated to making a difference in a student's life, not just being there for a job or a paycheck, really just being dedicated to the students. The one disposition I feel like I need to work on is setting realistic expectations. I set very high expectations for myself and for my employees. Sometimes maybe a little too high. I just need to make sure that I understand that every student learns differently and that I set expectations based off of levels that all students can succeed with, and not that I'm setting a student up to fail based off of the levels that I set for them. And as far as what a professional educator should have with the dispositions, I would say obviously they should have all of the dispositions, but they should be very compassionate. Every student comes from a different background, they have a different home situation. They should be very compassionate about their situation and compassionate about the fact that they're growing, they're teaching, bettering a human life. Another thing, I feel like a teacher should be eager to grow, whether that be furthering their own education or learning more about the community that they live and work in, just not being stagnant in the position that they're in. And obviously, the dispositions of teachers are going to be a huge impact on the development of their students. Teachers are a model, and students look to their teachers for guidance, for development, and if the teacher is modeling the correct behavior, I think it's going to have a tremendous impact on the student. And the student's going to learn and remember that. I mean, many of us, or probably all of us, can remember a teacher that it just made a huge impact in our life just from their behavior, just from how they were. Um, we have to ask: is our behavior always appropriate, even when no one's looking? Because that's when the students are really paying attention. Um, as far as upholding the expectations of the code of ethics and professional standards of practice, I obviously I'll make sure that I'll consistently review those standards. The code of ethics, I think I pretty much got down. Not very hard to remember. They're very close to me. As far as professional standards and relevant laws and policies, just uh, just review them occasionally and staying abreast of changes as they do happen, to make sure that I'm current and that they can be upheld. And to promote healthy moral development in the classroom, as I mentioned before, modeling the appropriate behavior is one of the most important ways that I can promote that behavior. Um, and then integrating moral teaching into educational teaching. They don't have to be two separate things. I believe that they can be brought together and taught simultaneously, and again make a huge impact in a student's life. Um, this document is a living document that really shows how important this profession is and what an impact we can have on students' lives.